taught us how to live a fulfilled life. They threw little pieces here, a little piece here, a little piece here, but nobody ever put it together. So I created a formula. I did. I created the 5 pillars of prosperity. And what I know for sure, hello my friends on TikTok, Instagram, what I know for sure is you are here because you're curious. How does one create a fulfilled life? No instructions were given, yet all the tools were there laid at our feet within our 5 fingers. We have the 5 pillars of prosperity. And when I got to a certain time in my life, I realized that I have captured those 5 pillars. How I did that, I really don't know. But sometimes destiny or what you were sent here to be, it comes when the right time comes. There is our time and then there is the time of our Creator. And then I started feeling that urge that I had something to share. I could see many of us are carrying things on our face and not looking at how it's affecting our heart. I have friends and family that when they talk, their whole face talk. They have to raise all the structure. It's not right though. When you embrace the 5 pillars of prosperity in your life, you will find that you do not need to work on them for 12 hours a day. You need to work on them every day, a little at a time. Good morning, Cousin Ezra. How are you feeling this morning? A little bit of a time spent in the morning on your 5 pillars works wonders. You seem to go through life in the way that you were meant to. Because you see, number 1, we were not sent here on earth to be so vastly challenged. Many of us believe in a God that said, I paid the price. And look at what the price he paid. Look at the price. Good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling this morning? You paid the price. He paid the price so we could be free to live a fulfilled life. But somehow, to control us, they told us, no, you're not. So they tell us they're angels, they come and they give messages to all the people in the Old Testament. They came, they told Elizabeth that Jesus was going to be born. They talked about John the Baptist, and it goes back. And then they stop. You know why they didn't tell us anymore? If they told us more about the guardian angels, we wouldn't need them so much. Hi, Colleen, good morning. But when they just give us just enough of everything to confuse us, and then they control. You cannot, oh no, you have to go to hell first. But he paid the price for my freedom or hell. Hi, Angelina, good morning. And I'm saying to my friends on TikTok, good morning too. If you believe that some God somewhere paid the price, why do you think he wants you to go to hell? It doesn't make sense. And I need the directions to heaven because some of my friends will not do anything because they're afraid they won't go to heaven. They will let somebody abuse them and say, God will take care of them. God gave you free will. So when I put all of this together and I observe, good morning, Yoko, sweetie, how are you feeling this morning? I observe how we all are. And those of us that push the 5 pillars into our life and sees them as prosperity, people, you move and you learn. And there are 4 things you have to know. So you have a guardian angel. They say whether at conception or at birth, we do not know for sure when they showed up, but they're there. And we need to acknowledge them. We need to have them help us. That is what they guide me. Come on, man. But we believe somebody that is doing a lot of wrong things is telling you should read the Bible this and that is what I get and that is what it's not. My mother told me, go read the Bible so you too can be inspired by what is being said in there. And that's what I always did. Go and read it and find out what it means to you. That doesn't mean it's all perfect, she said, but you will get a meaning. Something there is right, not all of it might be right. And then, of course, you turn around and you look at, when you talk about somebody, and that body could be your body, and you say, I look horrible, I'm not good enough, and you're standing in the mirror, and the first thing you see is your damn wrinkle. So what the hell is not going to go away? And a $600 cream will not make a difference. You might as well do like me and use castor oil, because it does the same thing, and it plumps it up. So Let us look at what we have in front of us. How we speak about ourselves when we wake up in the morning. Yeah, it's challenging. You get to the bathroom, you can barely sit without breaking a bone and doing this, and you, oh, look at my eyebrows, look at this. Instead, look at me. I made it today. Hey, I'm here. Who's better than me? That's the attitude. You're giving yourself a little bit of an oomph. I told you of the young lady when I taught you guys years ago, when you wake up in the morning and you go to the mirror, go and say, hello, beautiful, hi, sexy. Her husband heard her while he was going to the bathroom. What are you talking to? Who are you talking to? While he was going down the hallway. And she said, me? Tessa-Marie said we should call ourselves beautiful, sexy every morning. He said, move over. Hi, handsome. And the story she told me, we didn't go to the kitchen. We went back to the bedrooms. Figure it out yourself. So she's already decided she was that. Who is going to stop her? That energy preceded her very breath. In the Lord of the Rings, the boy said, you never know what you're going to step into when you get up and you leave your house in the morning. We don't. And therefore, we must be prepared. And so, number one, when you talk about yourself or others, use impeccable and exquisite words, because your words are the prophecies of your life. So if you send negative energy towards me, hey, and you say something bad about somebody, hey, and you wish that for somebody, hey, you created it, you heard it, you're the last one that said it, it belongs to you. It doesn't go anywhere. So that brings us to the second. Other people's opinion has no bearing on who you are and what you do. It is their opinion. It belongs to them. So all of that I figured out as a little girl when they would grab my dolls and tell me, your father is a millionaire, he can buy you another one, take the bracelet. I can remember that from they took it. But the thing is, they couldn't take me. So you have to remember, all of those actions did not elevate them. It kept them exactly where they are, knowing in the back of their mind, I do not have enough. I have to steal from a 6-year-old. So when you take it all together, then I went and I looked, they made assumptions. They didn't know, but they criticized my parents for whatever they did, their wealth, their growth. Assumptions. But the only thing that truly, really matters in all what you do, high times, Jess, is make sure you do your best. If you're going to love hard. And then it might have been a mistake, but it was a mistake worth making. If you're going to cook with everything. If you're going to sing, love yourself before you can tell me I love you. So, you know what? Work on it. So then I saw we are missing this. So we have emotional prosperity. It's not number one. None of the pillars are first and none are last. Spiritual prosperity, emotional is there, mental prosperity, financial prosperity, and of course, spiritual prosperity. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. Financial prosperity is what everybody knows. Oh, I am rich, I'm financially rich. Hey, if you're not feeling it and you're grinding and you're not getting the financial prosperity you seek or the satisfaction from what you have accomplished, check your emotional prosperity. Check it. Do you believe you can in your spiritual prosperity? Do you know you're worthy? Do you know it's all up to you? That people that told you were stupid and dumb and this and that, and your father is a this and your mother is a that and your auntie is a... It doesn't matter, does it? But somehow we carry it. I am not going to do that. I wonder what the neighbor will say. Well, I don't care. When it's summertime and it's hot and I take the nicest, pretty sheet from my bed, I wrap myself in it and I, like a tongue, I go sit on the porch. They don't know that there's nothing under there, but I feel good. And that's what matters. To live a fulfilled life, emotionally, you have to know when to walk away and when to run. You do not have to fight every battle in the moment. They taught us that, but they didn't put it together. I put the formula together. They said, live to fight another day. You know, it's not every time you have to just leave them in God's hand. All these things, this is ridiculous to leave it in God's hand. He gave you free will, but you can pause and decide if that knife is pointed at you and the person that's coming after you is holding the handle of the knife and the blade is looking at you. Do not pull on the blade. You're going to get cut. Do not go forward. You'll get jabbed. So I prepared those formulas for that. Emotion is when to move, when to say no, when to say yes, when to take a step, when to pull back and let it simmer and come back to fight another day. When cooler head prevails. Remember those words? They're all there. They didn't put the formula together. The recipe is incomplete. I completed it for us. Physical. You want to jump up and down. So it's really nice to eat certain foods. It feels good. But I cannot eat bread or food made of starch, of gluten. It hurts. Every single nerve and sinew in my body hurts. I feel like I need to crawl on all four. So I avoid them. I just don't eat them. And of course, it's not easy. My parents owned a bakery. I grew up in that thing. And now I cannot eat bread with 2 pounds of butter on it. Right? So it's not. But I realize if I do that, I cannot be the person I desire to be. So physically, it is crippling me, it is holding me back, it is causing me not to be the true me. And then there was a time I was allergic to all milk products. All of a sudden, I'm no longer. So I indulge in it, I enjoy it. So I stay away from carbs of all kinds, pasta and grains and that, some seeds and all of that. And rice and everything like that. But I just kept digging and I found out a mixture of using cabbage and making it like cauliflower rice with carrot, making it as cauliflower rice and having it is amazing for me with meat, fish, or whatever else. So I do that. And I started looking at how my body changed, how I felt. That was physical. I walk, I exercise. I'm up at 4:15 because I need to catch the peace before my family woke up. It was more important for me to have those half an hour to breathe before the world starts coming at me. I have children that would be blindfolded and they would be like radar. They would find me. So I created that life so I could be up earlier and I was able to meditate, visualize, manifest, create. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Talk to my guardian angel. Her name is Joyce. What is the name of your guardian angel? It doesn't have to be a female name. My guardian angel's name is Joyce, which you know is not a name I would give a human being. It's not my style. My sister has a male guardian angel. It's you. It's your energy that you're going to create that guardian. They're there, but who are you? Find out about your guardian angel because you need that. The only thing that is left after you speak about yourself nicely, you make no opinion of others, certainly no assumptions, and then you do your best in what you do. You're brushing your teeth, brush everyone. Take your time. Breathe into it. So we had the physical, prosperity, and emotional. Now we come to the mental. Hello, sister. Good morning for joining. Mental prosperity. Learn a skill. Challenge yourself. This thing, social media, I'm still on a journey with it. It's not easy, but I challenge myself. Put a chess set in front of you. Go and look at it. Learn the figures on the chess set. Stimulate yourself. Read a book. Create something. Do something new. Learn one good big word and use it all day long. One little word. And find out what it means. Because I have a friend here called Yuko. When I would use a word to her, sometimes there's another word for it. And I happen to use a different word. And she said, what's that? And I would have to explain it to her. She'd get a dictionary. She's expanding her mind. And I am, by teaching her, do not hold back. My father said, what you know you must teach. Knowledge is not yours to keep. So when you go, me, I'm not telling anybody. No, shut up. It's on the internet. They can find it. Stop doing that. Give others a chance to learn from you. That's what I decided. And I saw that. When my sister and my friends and my family talk and they use words that are disempowering, I say, come on, man. Like my friend Belinda. When I first met Belinda, she said, oh, I'm going to just stay in my little business. I said, exactly what you're saying? Can't you not just say I'm going to go and work on my business, let my business grow? Why do you have to add the little to it? Why you have to say it's just that? You're not just, well, you call and they go, oh, hi, Tessa, it's just me. No, it's not just you. It's you. Give me your name. You're not a just. A just is a little person. Use the right words. My sister don't gets tired of me, and she said, "You are the wordsmith." No, but when I read a person is angry and they go, "I hate you." My mother said, "It is in your heart. That word hits your heart." Oh my God, look at who is here. Sorry. That man that's there, that Donato Prezioso. Where are you coming from? Oh my God, Donato, it's so lovely to see you. This man is the person that pushed me and pushed me and pushed me and told me, go up and talk about yourself, talk about your religion, talk about your life. Do not stop talking about that because people want to know. He pushed me. Oh my God, he criticized a lot too, but he pushed. Thank you for that. I always say a prayer for you for that. Thank you. Anyway, I can't get over that, but something, what happened to you this morning? You pressed the button. So, the 5 pillars of prosperity, I created the formula for that, for sure. It's people like that across the, like Stacy, the Nancy, my sister, all of you that are here, Jess. Jess was like a child in my house when she went to boarding school in Canada. You know, and when I see you guys and I see how you're prospering and you're living your dream, and Loretta, and I know I had a little bit, when I met Loretta, she was timid. She's married to my cousin and she was so timid. I wanted to choke the woman every morning. And that was in 1969. She comes telling me, I'll tell it. And if my cousin is there, I don't care what he thinks. And she said, I give him my paycheck. I said, are you on drugs? How can you give the man your paycheck? I started screaming at her. And I have never stopped. When she comes, it's just me. So I knew I had something to offer. I just didn't know how to do it. And in the church at St. Michael's Cathedral, they said, open your mouth and we'll tell you what to say. And then in helping others for free, I stumbled for finances on the knowledge that the 5 pillars of prosperity is how you should live your life. So physically, you have to get up early and exercise, do something for yourself. And you haven't stopped or look back on them with your journey from amazing. Congratulations. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Donato. And then something magical happened. I was teaching Ryan Elliott for free. He used to come to my home. And while I'm teaching Ryan, I'm looking at him, and Ryan is melting. One time he's vigorous. And I have things that people don't understand. Ryan had an iPhone, and I noticed a difference when he switched. Good morning, Arita. How are you feeling this morning? When he switched to, what do you call the other one? An Android. He put it down on the kitchen table in a different way. He said, oh, I just got this old phone. These iPhones are so expensive. I go, holy shit, what's happening to that man? I still didn't know. And he came for financial guidance. Ryan that bops in, just like Donato bops in. And I said, Ryan, your emotional prosperity is dumb. That is why you cannot see anything financial. Your attitude towards everything, your emotion is in the toilet. And that's when I realized that there were different pillars in our life, and there are 5 of them, like our 5 senses. Think of it. Our emotional prosperity depends entirely on the 5 senses. We react to what we hear, what we smell, what we see, what we taste, and what we touch. And we can go crazy. Somebody cuts us off, we have to get to even to them. We have to get there. We have to go do this, right? That's wrong, though. But if it is not balanced, you're going to do that, and you will hurt yourself and you'll hurt others. And then there comes spirituality. Oh my God, we criticize ourselves and we walk out the door and we criticize everybody. And yet, my friend, my good friend, criticized my singing voice. And she told me, oh, she laughed at me. She laughed for years about my singing voice. And one day, my guardian angel said, you need to stop this. And I said to her, you know what? So the God that created you created me. You pray, you go to church every Sunday, you're holier than thou, you do your thing, you're there every day, you read your Bible, you say your rosary, you do all these things. And you say to God, I love how you did me, how you created me. You made such a wonderful job with me. I am the perfection, your perfection. But when you created my friend Tessa-Marie, that voice you gave her, really, you should fix that. I said, really? You're asking God to fix me, or you're laughing at what he did give me? And that's all I said. So we have to remember that eyes that is sitting, that person sitting on the grate, there's something that brought them there. We don't know. But there was one day a mother or adopted mother held them in their arms and saw the world as their oyster. But today they're not. You don't know what brought them there. Do not judge them. Do not criticize them. Every day I say this. Everybody I meet, everybody I see is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. So your spiritual power, that one, is not about the church you go to, but it's how you treat yourself and how you treat others. Never judge us. Who are we to judge? That's right. We make comments. We make things. We look at them, oh, these people. Nobody is poor. I'll tell you, my father, there's a gap of about almost 4.5 years between me and the other person. So you can imagine the first daughter in a family of Shillingfords. Oh, well, you know, the sisters love you. His sisters love you because he's their brother's child. And anyway, you know the situation, those of you that do. And he said to me, he had somebody, I know the man, Toby, working. And Toby came up in the yard in the house in the city. And he said to him, Bush, can I take some of those chickens before they get sick? And my father said, no. He said, but they're going to die. He said, that's exactly why I'm telling you no. And then I'm standing there, and he said, no. Then he turned. He said, you know what? Let's go. Let's leave the backyard. He's going to... You know what my father said to me? He is going to take them anyway. They are infected. They're just not dead. And he's going to feed his children, his family with that. I turn my back. I stand up there. He'll still find a way to do it. But what I'm wanting you to learn from this example is that, and I don't know if that is true, but my dad said, the first sin we commit after our birth is the sin to remain in poverty, so that we will do things that will hurt ourselves, not realizing what we're doing, because we all have a chance to thrive. We all can thrive. It just takes a lot more work than we choose to put into it. And I got those lessons as I went through life. It's fabulous Friday. It is. So anyway, then financial prosperity. Everybody get that. But when people come to me, it's always about finance. And when I hear them, finance is many times the symptom. We are not looking for the cause. We go to the doctor and say we have a headache. I could have gone to the doctor and say, I'm aching all over, and he'd give me a pill to stop that. But then I had to go in and find out carbs and gluten is not my friend anymore. So we need to find the cause. And in Ryan's case, his cause was emotional. It was emotional. And he would be pushing at the wrong time and get fired and doing this. And so he's always stepping back. So one of the things we have to know for sure is that we need to embrace the 5 pillars of prosperity. And I'm going to tell you guys how to do this. Right now, we have to work on them every day. It's like the water hyacinth. It will grow and cover the pond if you just let it do its thing daily. We have 1,440 minutes in a day. I am asking you to devote a maximum of 60 minutes. Just 60 minutes. 5 minutes to get into the zone. 10 minutes to work on one pillar. So if you're working on emotional prosperity, you need to breathe. You need to ground yourself. You need to be aware. You need to sit like a mountain. A mountain doesn't sit like this. A mountain sits, pelvic into the chair, shoulders back, head forward. Doesn't flinch. Doesn't matter what's happening. The mountain stays steady. And think. And start to pray if you believe in prayer. Meditate. Close your eyes. Go deep. Feel your heartbeat. Connect with the now. Shift your mind from, 10 o'clock I have a meeting. Pull your mind back to it's 7 o'clock and I'm in grounding. My feet is solid on the floor. 10 minutes. That doesn't mean you're going to have 10 minutes of perfection all the time. All of us, even me, and I do 45 minutes of meditation, and I have to shift. And I keep telling you, when the rocket is going to the moon, they have to constantly course correct it, bring it back, push it here, make it go this way, that way, to get to the moon. It doesn't just go in a straight line. You see it going up in a straight line, it doesn't. So why should you expect that wild thing called a mind to just stay there because you want it to stay there? Really? It's going to bring you to hating neighbors and friends and family. So that's meditation. Then you have, I do my physical first thing in the morning, 30 minutes of exercise right there, right then. You choose. You have 10 minutes, stretch, do 5 sit-ups, punch the air, do something. Physically, go for a walk up and down your stairs in your house 10 times. You'll feel better for it. That's 2. Mentally, read from a good book. Do not open your phone when you first get up in the morning. Pick up the 5 pillars of prosperity. Pick up the morning blessings. Look at my books back here. You see them? Pick one of them. Anyone. And then read for 10 minutes. Learn that. So that's 3. You have 2 pillars left. Right? You did. So now you're going into making sure you mentally did that. So now what can you do? What is the other one that you need to fix? Your finances. Take a look at your business. Even if you have overdraft, do not say you have nothing, because you have the power to have overdraft. So you have money. Overdraft means you have money. So stop saying I'm broke. You're not flipping broke. You're full. You're not broken. You're not a vase. Vases and glasses, things like that break. But you're not broke. You have $1. The money I have is allocated for something else. Why not say that? When you say you're broke, all of a sudden, I'm so broke. You think? My mother said the day she was going to the bank to get a loan, that is the way she dressed, like she was going to give the bank a loan for her business. That's what she said. She said the day you feel the worst, that is the day you dress the best. Always look wonderful. I couldn't come down and eat breakfast if in case my hair wasn't done. Well, what are you doing at my table looking like this? Dress for the day. Dress for the day, because you do not know what you're going to meet when you open your door in the morning, like Frodo told to Sam, or Sam said to Frodo, whichever the two in that story. So the thing is that he just ran 3 miles. Of course you do. You're like a wild horse. So I know you do that. So all of the pillars, look at your finances. I remember signing off on a what you call it, one of those statements at the bank for a subordinate, and she looked at it and she said to me, and I listened. I heard she said, "You know this girl?" I said, "Yeah." She I know her, and she said 24,000 in her account. That's so nice. One day I want to have that in my account. And I look at her and I said, "Yes, you can." And especially you thought it was nice. I was coaching somebody else, a man. And after this, so I'm looking at the contrast, the difference, right? And he said to me, "You know what, Tessa-Marie? This guy and I went to school together, same school. And he's now a doctor making 400,000 a year. And I am not doing anything." Difference. Guess who is succeeded? The young woman did go on to that, and she bought her condo downtown. And this other person is constantly thriving, pushing alignment. Is being forced. They cannot get there because of the words. What they said about their financial situation. He is better than me. That is none of your business. Nobody is better than you, my dad said. You have to apply yourself. So this is why I created that formula called the 5 pillars of prosperity, because nobody taught us how to live a fulfilled life. And I went through the journey, and in a month I'll be 79. Yay! And I'm still doing it. I realized I did it without thinking. I never criticized somebody before. I remember I'm going to choose an employee. I was talking to Colleen about that the other day. And the manager at the time came up to me and she said, "Is this your interview over there?" I said, "Yes." She goes, I go, "Excuse me? Have you spoken to her? Do you know her?" No. And I said, you walk past in front of her and you made a decision and come to tell me who has the right to hire her or not to hire her. I said, and you wonder why you just keep looking for nothing and getting nothing. So I went, I interviewed the woman, and I'm so glad I did. She did not only run to bring money to the bank, she didn't walk. Colin can testify to that. Hi, Marina, how are you feeling today? She was one of the best employees we had. She passed away a few years ago. I cried at her funeral. She was just amazing. But because she was not of her race and shorter, and right away she put it on. So we have to stop doing that. Use the formula. Use good words to talk about the person. Shut up. Do not gossip. You don't know, I don't know. Shut up and walk away. And about yourself. Then opinions of others or yours has nothing to do with anybody else except the person who created those damn opinions. You don't know, do not make an assumption. Just go and ask them a question or shut up and mind your own business. The one time you have control is to do your best, your best. If you're going to kiss a lover, kiss them and give them all of you. Just do. That is simple. But there are people that will barely want to hug their significant other, but they expect that person to be nice to them. Oh, they should know what I like. We've been married for 20 years. They don't know you because you do not express yourself. Okay? And then check your emotional level every morning by being connected to self. Go in. Do not reflect on your past. You cannot do a thing about it now. What is his name that... I call his name all the time, that writer, Willie Nelson, that singer. Regret is etched on my brow, but I can do nothing about it now. And once you realize it, you need to get out of regret. It's not a